Salutations everyone, and welcome to What Mattered, the show where I tell you what mattered in the news this week. Hope you all have a fantastic Valentine's Day weekend. Be sure to do something special for your loved one. You can use this coupon code to get nothing off, because I'm not sponsored. Sorry. So, Deadpool finally happened. We got a hard R movie, a character about as true to their comic book original in any movie, TV show, shape, or form. And it was very, very good, as we would all expect from what we saw from the trailers and the amazing advertising campaign. Just some spot-on stuff with the old Deadpool. Like, it's insane that this movie even happened. It wouldn't have happened if it weren't for two things. That leaked footage, that was, this test footage about what that, car scene was going to be. It's like, this is what a Deadpool movie would look like. And the executives were like, and then someone leaked it, and everyone was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And they're like, oh, you guys like that? Okay, yeah, we're doing it. We're totally doing it. And it also wouldn't have happened without our boy Ryan Reynolds pushing it so hard. And the fact that it got a hard R and was as good as it was kind Hopefully, this sets a precedent for both rated R films and, not necessarily fan service, but kind of just giving the fans what they want. Giving the fans what they know. There's never been a time in history where a studio exec is like, we should make this kind of change, and it's actually good for the film. It's happened 0 times in the history of humanity. And thankfully, none of that happened with Deadpool, because it was amazing. Everything you would want and expect from Deadpool, fantastic. The action, the blood, the gore, the innuendos, the sex, the action, the over-the-top, the chimichangas, the breaking the fourth wall. It was all fantastic. It was very, very good. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do with the sequel, which was announced. And there is a scene at the end of the credits, in case you were wondering. And yeah, it's gonna happen. Like we said, we don't know when it's gonna be filming. Is it gonna be fact-checked to fit Fantastic Four's sequel slot that has now abandoned? Possibly not. But we do know that Cable will be in Deadpool 2, and that's exactly what the fans like myself wanted, and that's what we would need from a furthering in the Deadpool storyline. So that's gonna be really cool. That Cable hasn't been casted yet, but if it's anything like this first film, and now that they have the origin out of the way, we can continue on to more Deadpoolness. That's just gonna be really, really cool. So, a good one on Fox. It broke the record for weekday opening rated R film, beating The Hangover Part 2. And so yeah, if they can rake in the money and get the reviews that they're starting to get and will continue to get, hopefully, then it will change the game for both superhero films, comic book films, as well as any adaptation of things that people really love. And it's like, hey, what if we don't change the thing that people love about the thing? Instead of sewing the mouth shut and just... yeah. So, what happens when mistakes aren't made? This shit happens, and it's cool. Destiny is getting another expansion sometime this year, and the sequel will be coming out in the next fiscal year. So that will end in March of 2018. So we expect there to be Destiny 2 next year, which is really cool. The content has been relatively light since last September's Taken King DLC, with giving us only 3 really lame short PvP events, like the Crimson Days that's going on right now, the Sparrow Races, and the Halloween event. This is going to be new stuff on PvE. It could dramatically increase light levels, as well as new gear and such, and more replayability for a lot of us players out there. So that's really, really cool. And Destiny 2, we finally get a hard, detailed information that is confirmed about Destiny 2 coming out next year. I think it's going to be... It definitely has set a lot of groundwork and is really popular and has some great things in the original game. But now that Destiny 2 is coming along, I don't think it's going to be grounded from last console generation, because that's what the current Destiny is, so everything kind of has to be the same. So the current generation is bogged down by having to having to only do what last generation's consoles could do. So they have that going for it. They can also learn from their mistakes from the first launch and just give us more awesome content for Destiny 2. Hopefully. I think it's worth a shot because the first Destiny has showed us potential in it. Even though it's made a lot of mistakes, Destiny 2 could be the game that a lot of people were looking for. And with really no surprises but official announcements via Activision about the Call of Duty franchise and how amazing Black Ops 3 sold, biggest media day ever. It sold, it got more cash than The Force Awakens in its opening weekend. So yeah, Call of Duty still king. Treyarch really came in to save the day. This is like the best attach rate that they've ever had with Season Pass and all that good stuff. And this year there will be a Call of Duty, and it will be Infinity Ward. We already knew this, but now they're saying it, so that is a shame. But hey, maybe we can just keep playing the Treyarch game like we did with Black Ops 2, because Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer are just gonna continue to suck eggs unless they show us anything different, which is highly unlikely. But nonetheless, this year's game will be a new Infinity Ward Call of Duty game. It's not going to be Modern Warfare 4. It's not going to be Ghost 2. Completely new. Definitely the right decision to make, because who the fuck would buy Ghost 2? Titanfall 2 is happening and will be released in the next fiscal year ending in March of 2017. We already know that, but now we know that Titanfall 2 will also have a single-player campaign, which the first game did not have. It will not be an Xbox One exclusive, and they are looking to have a companion TV show to go along with the story. We've seen this a couple of times. Sometimes they try this from the onset. Sometimes they stagger those kind of things, but they're gonna give it another try, even though they have shown no success with this whole TV show, movie, game amalgamation thing going at the same time. Who knows if it can work out? I highly, highly doubt it, but hey, if they can give it a try and get it right, good on them. Otherwise, that's pretty much all we know for Titanfall 2. It's most likely going to be coming out early next year. It's just, I think, way too early to expect anything from that, but yeah. It's going to have a campaign, and it's not going to be an Xbox One exclusive. So the two major gripes about the game are apparently going to be fixed. I think that, the multiplayer definitely had some room for improvement, even though it had its fun moments. But yeah, Titanfall. The Division is getting an open beta on all platforms starting on February 18th for Xbox One, and then PS4 and PC on the 19th, going through the 21st. They took back a lot of feedback. They said they found like 10,000 bugs from the closed beta, and I assume they continued with the alpha in that numbers game as well to make improvements. There's supposedly going to be more content in this open beta, and so it'll be really great to see what they have going for us forward. I think the open beta, I'll still probably check it out, even though the closed beta kind of was restrictive on what you could and couldn't do. But the more that we get to look at this game, the better idea we'll have going forward with what we should be expecting. And the fact that it is open, there'll be a ton more people. They had a lot of problems getting closed beta people in there who had their pre-orders and who signed up through their website. So I don't know how they're going to handle the traffic of a completely open beta on all platforms, but hey, if they can figure it out, more money to them. I mean, power. In Ubisoft news, Watch Dogs 2 is a thing that's going to happen. As was expected, this because it was kind of ramped up as a franchise. No confirmation about what this city is going to be that Watch Dogs 2 will be taking place in, but they also announced the confirmation of the rumor that there will be no new Assassin's Creed game this year, that they are kind of taking, what happened with Unity and just refocusing on quality over quantity here. So there will be a new Assassin's Creed game next year. They didn't drop any hints about what it's going to be, if the rumors are true or not. But we aren't going to play an Assassin's Creed game this year, which is the first time we can say that in a long time. So maybe people like myself can finally catch up to the series, because the last one that I played was Black Flag. So yeah, quite a bit of catching up to do. Any Hootie and the Blowfish, that is what mattered this week. If you folks would like to know what matters in the future, hit the subscribe button. One of these comes out every single Saturday. Hope you all enjoyed. Leave your comments below about anything that I mentioned. Did you see Deadpool? What did you think? Anyways, hope to see you guys next time, and I will see you then.